Guys, it's Maya. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video today. As you can see by the title, today's reading is all about your love life in the rest of 2025. So it's going to be a pretty in-depth reading. And if you are an OG subscriber and you've been around since I started my channel, I made this bowl of traits a really long time ago. So if you've been around for that long, then you know this bowl of traits. I haven't used it in a while, but we're going to be using that today. So it's going to be super in-depth. We're going to be getting a bunch of traits and a bunch of information about who could potentially be coming in for your love life in the rest of 2025. Now, you can actually skip the traits because say if you feel like you don't have somebody that could be coming in, or you don't really have somebody on your mind and you feel like the traits don't resonate with you, then that's totally fine. I will put timestamps for everything so you can skip the traits altogether and just get into the reading. And the traits are mostly there for if you do have somebody in mind, or if if you're curious on who could potentially be coming in and you feel that could happen for you, then definitely stick around and watch the traits to see anything about a potential lover. And then we'll go in with the reading. And then at the end of your reading, I have this, which I literally have not used this in forever. I used to use this a little bit, but these are, I think it's called the Hidden Truth Oracle. So at the very end of our reading today, if you have a very specific person in mind that you want to hear a message from, or you want to know what's going on with them, then at the very end of the reading we will go in with the Hidden Truth Oracle and get a few messages that would be directly from them, kind of channeling. So yeah, so that's our breakdown. We kind of have a lot to discuss, but say again, if you don't have a person that you want messages from at the very end, you can just leave it at this reading and that can be it, and you can click out, and I will organize everything by timestamps so you know exactly what to click on and when to leave and all of that stuff. So yeah, there is a lot to discuss today, and I am trying to make it so everybody can watch this no matter what your love situation is, whether you have somebody, whether you don't, whether you're open to love, whether you're not. I'm trying to fit everybody in today. So it's going to be pretty in-depth, and I hope it's easy to navigate. So we have 4 groups for you guys to choose from. Each group has a different tarot deck, has a different crystal, and has a different card that came out for each deck. So you could be drawn to your groups in multiple ways. And another way, you can kind of mix and match as well, because say if you feel drawn to more than one group, you can definitely watch traits for one group, watch the Hidden Oracle, the Truth, whatever that deck is called, for another group. You can literally mix and match groups if you would like as well. So yeah, please take this information however you would like. Let me go ahead and show you your options up close one by one. Group 1, this is the Cat Tarot. This is what the back looks like, and your crystal is this amethyst point, and your random card is the Magician. Group 2, this is the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. This is what the back looks like. Your crystal is this lemon green onyx. And your random card is the Ace of Wands with the keywords inspiration, creative spark, initiative, new passion, enthusiasm, and energy. Group 3, this is the Gentle Heart Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this hot pink agate. And your card is the 7 of Diamonds, which is also the 7 of Pentacles. And group 4, this is the Modern Witch Tarot. This is what the back looks like. And your crystal is this blue slag glass. Your card is the High Priestess. Okay, you guys, here are all of your options laid out for you side by side. Like I said, you can mix and match your readings. You can watch this however you would like. I'm going to go ahead and get started with group number 1. Hey guys, if you chose the Magician with the Cat Tarot and this amethyst point, this is your group. Hello, group number 1. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let me set your crystal right there. That way we can see her. Okay, so like I said, there's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and move your deck aside for now. and we're gonna get out our handy dandy bowl of traits. So I haven't used this in forever. So like I mentioned in the intro, this first part of our reading, it's gonna be like if you are open to see like who could potentially be coming in for you for your love life in the rest of the year. You know, we'll get traits about this person, or if you already have a person in mind, this could be traits about them. But say if you feel like, you know, like if you really feel like this does not apply to you, then please feel free to skip. I will add the timestamps in the description. So, I mean, just watch whatever you would like to watch. But if you know, if you're open to seeing traits about a person that could be potentially coming in for group 1 in the rest of 2025, then let's go ahead and get started. Oh, one fell on me. I just kind of, I haven't used this in a while, but I think I used to just kind of like that one kind of wants to come out. I used to just kind of like go like this. Or maybe, what should I do? Wait, I should probably not catch my stuff on fire today. Oh no, I need to have a better method because these are way too close to the candle. Okay, let's go ahead and see what these traits are for group number 1. So potentially, if you have a person or if somebody's coming in. Okay, first one we have is older. This person could be older than you, or you could be older than them. There could be some kind of an age difference. Works a 9-to-5. I immediately just thought of an earth sign, and specifically I thought of a like either a Virgo or a Taurus when I saw works a 9-to-5, because that makes me feel like they work a traditional job, but they're happy with that. Like, you know how some people are just very happy to like be working a traditional 9-to-5? And I always feel like it's always like an earth sign for some reason, or somebody that has heavy earth in their chart. Taller than average. Okay, so whether that's, you know, guy or girl, they could be taller than average. Oh, you guys cook together. That's cute. Or that could be something you like to do. And cooking together could also talk about like just activities together. Cooking, I wanted to say cleaning, but I mean, you know, just activities together. Physically affectionate. Okay, that makes a lot of sense because like when you're, you know, I think you guys are very physically affectionate with each other, and again, cooking together and, you know, activities like we were just talking about, whatever it could be, that definitely feels like you're spending like physical quality time with this person. So physical touch could be important. Oh, somebody could be vegan or vegetarian. Or maybe you like branch out. We could even look at this into like branching out to foods that you wouldn't like normally eat. Or since you guys like to cook together, maybe it's like you experiment with foods, or you branch out and cook different cuisines. Words of affirmation. Wow, we're getting a lot of like love languages. Physically affectionate, quality time with like cooking together, words of affirmation. Especially if this person is busy, they probably take like any chance they have to like spend physical time with you and quality time with you, they probably take the opportunity. This person could be busy. North America. Okay, very, very specific. Somebody could be from North America. Maybe you meet somewhere in North America. And then we also have Australia. Okay, we're really getting all the places out. Somebody could be Australian. Maybe some of you are traveling, like you're from one place, but then you meet in Australia, or like vice versa. No way. First of all, you saw how I very chaotically took these out. Like there was no set, like I did not do this on purpose, but we literally have words of affirmation, quality time, which I was already talking about, physical touch. Like we have all of our love languages out. Single. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I would assume you guys would be single if you're getting together, but I don't know. Take that however you want to take that. I don't know. Why did I write that? Single. I mean, maybe you've been single for a while. Maybe that person has been single for a while. I also made these traits in like 2022, like when I first started my channel. And I mean, I was a completely different person back then, so I don't even know half the things I probably wrote. Family or friends? Yeah, there's that quality time again. Oh, it says family friends. What? Maybe it's like mutual connections? We can look at this as mutual connections. Like maybe your families know each other, or maybe your friends know each other. Family friends. And then we have humor. Okay. Should I get like a few more traits out? I want to go all the way at the bottom. Okay. Asia! Okay. We're really getting all the locations out today. Wow, I grabbed the perfect amount. Medium skin tone. Okay. That could be you or them. Creative / artistic. Stand-up comedy. Oh, that's interesting. We have stand-up comedy and humor. So somebody could be funny, like really funny, and maybe this person makes everybody laugh. Like, you know, there's just those people that are like the class clowns, and they make like the whole friend group laugh. They make everyone in the room laugh. They're just funny, but they could really be into stand-up comedy, or like maybe that's something you guys enjoy together. But definitely like somebody's funny, like somebody's really funny here. Okay, so this is what I see for your traits. You know, take one of them, take all of them. Please do whatever you would like with these. Now I'm gonna clean up and we'll get into your main part of the reading. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna go in with this tarot deck here, and I want to see what is your current energy. So this is going to be our energy check. And if you feel like the current energy sounds like you, then definitely stick around for, you know, to see what's next in love with the deck you chose. But if this does not sound like you, then definitely check out a different group. All right, and I'm gonna be specifically looking at your current energy in love life. So for group one, what is group one's current energy in their love life? What is group one's current energy in their love life? Group one's current energy in their love life. All right. Oh, that was fast. The Knight of Wands. That actually is kind of interesting because you did choose this Magician for your intro card. Group one's current energy in their love life. Oh. I'm getting a lot of... Let me clarify Death in the reverse. Can we clarify Death in the reverse? Seven of Pentacles, High Priestess, bottom of the deck in the reverse. Well, it's coming through as a very specific energy with Death in the reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. You could be working to move on from somebody. Like you're putting in the time and effort to move on from something. Because with Death in the reverse, it feels like something ended, like a relationship or a connection in your life ended, but you're still having a hard time fully letting go of it. But you are putting in the effort though, so I like this, because I think if the Seven of Pentacles did not come out, then it would be more of like a temporary fix kind of an energy. Like if this wasn't here, I would think that you are just like slapping a band-aid on something that ended and not fully healing from it. Because with Death in the reverse, like Death talks about the end of something, but with it being in the reverse, it makes me feel you know, I interpret it as like something ended, but I'm still holding on to it. Something ended, but I'm still energetically or emotionally connected to it. And it's like I haven't fully let go. But I see with this here, I do think you are working towards healing this relationship or a connection that ended in your life, or just like something that didn't go your way in your love life. I think that you are working on it. And I almost want to say you're finally working on it, because maybe for some of you, 333 on the time as I was saying that, because maybe for some of you, you did hold on to it for a while, or your energy was like still lingering, you know, with them, or you were still kind of energetically connected to the connection to some extent, but it feels like you are finally, like I'm seeing as like the gears are turning finally, like something is changing. With the King of Wands in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, I'm almost feeling like this is somebody else, like somebody else that you were dealing with. It also feels like you could have put a lot of time and effort into a connection and it wasn't reciprocated the way that you deserve. You know, it almost feels like something was one-sided. This could even be that like a relationship, something that was kind of no good, you know, it was not growing. I don't want to say the relationship was dead, because that sounds kind of harsh, but it's like there was just a connection that was not moving forward and it was pretty much done, but you were still putting effort into it to like revive it, you know, kind of like a dead plant. It's like when you're watering a dead plant, it's dead, right? So it's kind of coming through like that. For some of you, it almost feels like there was a one-sided relationship and you were putting a lot of time and effort to make it work, but it almost feels like the other person just was not reciprocating and was not giving you what you were giving them, and they were not giving you what you deserved out of the connection. Because I'm not seeing the King of Wands as you. I'm seeing the Knight of Wands as you. And you know what's interesting? If we're talking about age, because your trade said somebody was older, the King of Wands is older than the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Wands. So you could have been dealing with somebody that was older than you and like really putting time and effort. You really wanted this to work. You wanted it to go somewhere, but they were not reciprocating. But I think you're finally moving on from it. I keep saying finally. So I don't know if for some of you, you dealt with this person for a long time, or you continue to give them the benefit of the doubt for a long time, for more time than they even deserved, is what I'm hearing. And this is a very specific energy. So I think already, if you're not dealing with something like this, then, because it makes sense why the Magician was your intro card, because I also love that the Knight of Wands is facing the Magician, which is a new beginning and a new chapter and claiming your power back. And it's walking away from this kind of toxic or unhealthy or just unfulfilling situation. So it makes sense, because it feels like you're finally done with putting effort into something that was not giving anything back to you, and you are moving on in the other direction. I think you realize that like something is not budging, something is not going to change, so there's no point in me putting time and effort into it, but you're ready to have yourself a new beginning, which is really nice. So yeah, it does feel like, I love this, because it feels like you are ready for a new beginning in your love life. You're ready for a new chapter. You're ready to put this in the past, and you're excited. I love that these cards are together, because the Magician is Mercury energy. It's all about taking your power back. It's all about realizing I can do whatever I want to do. Like, I don't have to stick around for certain people or certain things. And I really feel like in this situation, you were kind of losing your power. You were giving it away to somebody who didn't care for it, or didn't value it in that way. And I feel like you were losing your power or losing yourself in some way to this connection. But with you moving in the other direction, especially with the Knight of Wands is fire, fire signs, and it's a very passionate, excited energy. So this is giving very excited about a new beginning and about a new chapter in your love life moving forward. So that's what I'm kind of feeling for your current energy. So I really like that personally, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into your cards now to see what is coming in for group 1, for group 1's love life. What's coming in for group 1 in the rest of 2025? What's coming in for group 1's love life in the rest of 2025? What's coming in for group 1's love life in the rest of 2025? This person could have been controlling as well, because that's interesting that I said that you were giving your power away to somebody, or like you were kind of losing yourself to somebody. So they could have been just kind of a controlling, I'm hearing like narcissistic personality. And it's just like somebody you just couldn't get through to them. You know what I mean? Like no matter how much you tried and how much effort you put into it, you could never like get through to them, is how I am feeling it. Let's see, what's coming in for group 1 for their love life in the rest of 2025? Group 1's love life in the rest of 2025. The Hermit. Oh, what a cutie. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. And this is Virgo. Remember earlier I kept thinking about Virgo during the traits? That makes a lot of sense. Even the fact that this cat is inside of a bag, because the Hermit talks about isolation, it talks about solitude, it talks about healing and removing yourself from whatever caused you to heal in the first place. So in this sense, it almost feels like this cat is hiding in this bag because it just wants to be away. It wants to get away, it wants to heal, it wants to be on its own. So that actually feels so perfect for this energy coming through as the Hermit. Who knows, maybe for some of you, you were scared of this person. You know, obviously I don't want to throw that lightly, because I know abuse is a very it's a very serious and intense situation, but just like the way this cat is hiding, it almost feels like trying to protect itself for some of you. But let me keep going. What's coming in for group 1's love life in the rest of 2025? Group 1's love life in the rest of 2025. Oh, how cute. And you have 2 major arcana already. This definitely feels like finding the right people. I immediately saw this as somebody that you can confide in. So like friends, like a good friend, family members, your siblings. Like this lovers, it just made me feel like you are walking away from something that really hurt you, probably even like left a huge imprint on you, and you are deciding to heal and deciding to surround yourself by people that actually love you and people that actually care about you and see your worth as a human being. You know, like we're going from a very drastic energy from being afraid and having to make a big decision about something to finding love again. But this is definitely feeling like love from friends or family, like somebody who really embraces you, people that really embrace you and love you and want you to be healthy and happy and want to take care of you. For some of you, I'm hearing like if you have a sibling or a family member, they're like, you're finally home. I don't know why I keep hearing the word finally. So I don't know if this has been going on for a very long time. I don't know if people have been advising you to walk away from this for a very long time. But like I saw like a warm embrace from family, and they're giving you a big hug, and they're like, you're finally home. Like, we've been missing you. We've been waiting for you. Like, we've been worried about you. And you're just like, oh, it's so good to be back. I also feel like with the lovers and the fact that, again, we have 2 major arcana, it's like, again, I want to choose my words carefully, because I know that like abuse can be a very serious thing, but for some of you, it almost feels like you haven't felt love in a very long time, like genuine love. Just the way this cat is like hiding almost walking on eggshells all the time, to the point where you can just be yourself and somebody loves you and cares about you. Now, for others of you, this could actually be a new person, because this could have been something in your past, right? Something you are actively walking away from, and as you are healing, somebody comes in there, a new person. It's like, are you in this bag? Like, do you want me to take you out? You know, like a very cute energy of somebody that, you know, genuinely cares about you and wants you to trust them. And I think that this is somebody that could show you genuine love and genuine comfort, especially if you're still healing. I feel like this is a very patient energy, whether it's romantic or platonic. It feels very patient, and they want to treat you how you deserve to be treated. They want to love you how you deserve to be loved. And yeah, it feels like they want to get you out of this bag. They're like, come on, come out of your shell. Like, I won't hurt you. I'll be nice to you. Like, I'll treat you how you deserve to be treated. And there is a lot of happiness, especially because the sun is here. It's making me think of the sun card, which is a very, you know, it's the happiest card in the deck. So it feels like there is some connection that is coming in, especially for those of you, if this happened a long time ago, it could have been that you have been in a hermit stage for a long time, right? Because if somebody like really traumatized you to an extent, you probably did not want to get into another relationship for a long time. And that's single. We saw single, right, in the traits. It could be that maybe you were in this hermit stage for a very, very long time. Maybe you were in solitude for a very long time. You were single for a very long time. And somebody just comes around and is just like, really gives you everything that you need in that moment. And this is a very trusting energy, right? Like, both these cats really trust each other. They're comfortable. Their eyes are closed. And I don't know if you know much about cats, but I have cats. And one thing about cats is they will not cuddle up to you or close their eyes or even like lay with their back turned to you if they're not comfortable and if they don't feel safe. Because that's how cats are. They're predatory creatures. Even domesticated cats, right? They're predatory creatures. And they will sleep with one eye open if they have to, you know, unless they trust you and they know that you are not going to hurt them and that you will be there to love them. Then yeah, then they can close their eyes around you, or they'll lay with their back turned to you. That's how you know that they trust you, that you're not going to sneak up on them, right? So the fact that these cats are really embracing each other, and it feels like this is this cat that came out of the bag, it feels like you finally trust somebody. And again, if you are not looking for, if this is more recent in your life, then it's possible you're not looking for an immediate relationship and you still have a lot to heal. Then this feels like friends or family that are like taking you in and taking care of you. But if this was a long time ago for some of you, and if you are ready, or if you feel like you would be open-minded to a new person coming in, then I feel like this is more romantic. So kind of take those messages, you know, however that resonates with you. Let's see what's coming in for group 1 and the rest of 2025. Group 1's love life. Group 1's love life and the rest of 2025. Oh, look at this chunky boy. He's so chunky. Oh, I can never take this deck seriously. Okay. I mean, it's a very cute deck. I love this deck. It's just, my thoughts, I'm such a cat lady that my thoughts, every time I see cats, I'm like, I can't. Let me keep going. Let me get some more cards. Group 1's love life and the rest of 2025. Oh, 6 of Pentacles. Group 1's love life and the rest of 2025. Oh, Ace of Pentacles. It does feel like you are ready to trust again, or it's like you are more trusting of somebody in the rest of 2025. I also think mentally, emotionally, physically, you're doing really well in the rest of 2025, especially if you left something pretty intense. It feels like you are focusing on healing and you're focusing on yourself. I'm seeing this as a very independent energy and somebody who is really focused on their own growth and their own stability and their own happiness and also their own mental health. Like that's coming through very strong here. But I do sense that you are trusting someone. So whether it's and I think it could definitely be a new romantic situation, or it could be friends or family, but it does feel like you are trusting somebody here, and you're like letting somebody into your life. Because just the way this cat is going up to this person's hand and they have the little kibble on there or the little treat, it feels like this cat is trusting this person enough to go up there and grab that treat out of their hand. Again, I say all of this because I just know how cats are. And I love this, so cute. I think I do really quickly just want to clarify this King of Swords here. Let's clarify the King of Swords in the reverse, please. Oh, that's a lot. Let's clarify the King of Swords in the reverse. I don't like to take a lot of cards. I think this is also swords. And this is the... And we have Chariot bottom of the deck. Actually, I think these are not supposed to be in the reverse. I think they're supposed to be upright. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So we have the Six of Swords and then we have the King of Swords. I do see that you are like really protecting your mental health, or you're really protecting your energy. You're not just giving it away to anybody or even like your personal power. So it's interesting that I said that earlier, that you gave your personal power away to somebody. And I think in this phase in your life, you're realizing, I can't do that. Like, I can't be so vulnerable around people. I can't let somebody have such control over me. So I think you're really prioritizing your mental health. And I do see you moving on from this. So whether there is somebody, a new romantic partner in your life, or whether it's you healing on your own through love from friends and family, I do see that you are having a peaceful transition moving forward in your life. And it's so interesting because we see the cat with the 6 treats here, and then we see a little chunky boy here, right? So it almost feels like you're eating good, like you're well fed, which is making me think of like you're taking care of yourself and like you're happy, so you're eating well. And because when you're anxious or depressed or nervous or scared, like, I know just as human beings, one of the first things that we do is we stop taking care of ourselves, and especially eating. Like maybe you were too nervous to eat, or you were too, like you just weren't eating well or weren't in a good like self-care energy. But it feels like because your mental health is improving and now you're feeling love and you're healing and you're just like moving on from whatever this was in your life, it feels like you're taking care of yourself, you're eating good, you're exercising, you're pampering yourself, you're spoiling yourself. It almost feels like for the first time in a long time, because I keep thinking about that phrase, finally. For the first time in a long time, you're finally taking care of yourself. Like you're prioritizing yourself. You're not prioritizing somebody else or a relationship with somebody else. You're prioritizing the relationship with yourself and your mental health and your physical body and your happiness. I just feel like you're finally at peace. Now, if you are still lingering around this person or this energy, Spirit is advising you to move on and to walk away, because there is so much happiness and you can live such a healthy life if you walk away from this. And that's why they want you to do that. If you've already done this, then amazing, you're on the right path. And they just want you to heal and focus on yourself, and you're just glowing. Like once you do get to a certain point, you're just glowing inside and out. And I think that's when you allow, the right type of relationship to find you and the right kind of love to find you. Because now you have like higher standards for yourself, And again, because now you love yourself better and you've learned from the past, so you have higher standards. You know what you deserve. You know what you don't deserve, right? Like you can sense red flags, and I think it's just like it gives you a whole perspective shift on life and on love in general moving forward. Oh, like this cat, they just look so at peace, right? Like we're just laying, and even sleeping with your belly exposed, cats don't do that unless they're very comfortable and they're very like at peace. They don't expose their belly. That's like a no-no for them. And look, this is how you started. Like you started out like this little kitty in a bag, hiding, nervous, scared, afraid, and just wanting to be alone. And then it's like you're transitioning into a new life, into a new version of yourself. And it is so sweet. And I love that the Chariot is here, because the Chariot reminds us that you're moving forward. You're not moving backwards. This is a forward moving energy. And even the way this cat is sitting so comfortably on this couch, I mean, all you're doing is moving forward and creating the life that you want to live. So that is really nice. I do have I have two oracle decks here. I should have pulled these out earlier. I kind of forgot. Okay, I want to get some advice for you first, and then we will go in with that that hidden truth oracle. So let's get advice here for group 1 regarding their love life in the rest of 2025. Advice for group 1's love life in the rest of 2025. Do nothing. I like that. It's kind of reminding you that right now you just need to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize your mental health, your physical health. You need to heal and kind of work through certain things if you haven't already. And they almost just want you to like stay still and just focus on yourself for the time being. Advice for group 1 for the rest of... You know what's so interesting? I was actually earlier, when I was thinking about this being in the past and you moving on from it, I was thinking about the song from Frozen, Let It Go, where she says the past is in the past. And then we have moon memories with the past. And I think Spirit is almost saying, like, leave it in the past. It's not something you need to move, like, it's not something you need to carry on with you. Especially, and I was saying some of you could still be energetically connected to this person or to this connection, and you haven't fully let go. And I think Spirit is really encouraging you. The past is in the past. I love this. We have love at the bottom of the deck. It's Spirit is telling you, like, when you walk away from this and you leave it behind, it's like you don't even realize the love that is out there, you know? And I said that earlier. It's like you're gonna feel loved in a way that you've never felt before, or cared for or taken care of in a way you've never felt before, no matter who this is from. And that's just Spirit's way of telling you that, like, love exists. Love from friends, from family, from relationships. Like, happiness exists, love exists. But you can't be in a negative situation and expect love. You can't be in a toxic, abusive, manipulative situation and expect happiness. Like, it just doesn't work. And I think this is like the progress that you are making, because you're realizing there is so much love around me. There's so much happiness. There's such good things to life. You know, that's what I was talking about. You're going to have a full perspective shift. There's this quote that I've known for my entire life when I was younger. And it basically says, like, when you're born in a burning house, you think the world's on fire. And I know that's a very intense quote, and I don't use it lightly, but, like, I personally, in my own life, I kind of had a really kind of rough childhood. But anyway, so, like, to me, that made so much sense, because once I moved on from that burning house, I realized, wait a second, the world is not on fire, right? Like, when you're in a burning house, or you're born into a situation, or you've been in a situation for so long that you're wired to think that everything else is on fire too. Because if my life is like this, and if my relationship is like this, and my situation is like this, then it must be like this everywhere. And no, that's not true. It's just your environment, the house, or your relationship, or the person you're interacting with on a regular basis. Because once you step out of that house, you realize, oh my God, there's a whole world out here with joy, love, happiness, with good food, with excitement, with music. Like, there's so much good in life. And that's what I'm seeing. It's like once you put something in the past and you detach and you know, are ready to move on from it, it's like you're really stepping into a whole new world. Okay. Actually, there was one more deck I wanted to use. Where did you go? Let's use this one. Ah. I love how I was like, wait, I acted like I had a specific deck in mind. I didn't, but I got this one. So this is like a bird feather deck. I feel like this would be a good one to use for this group. All right, any other advice here for group 1? Crane, you will soon enter into a beneficial partnership. Luck and longevity bless this union. Wow. I mean, literally. When you walk away from what's not serving you, you attract what you deserve. You can't attract your soulmate if you're trapped in something that's not meant for you, right? Like, you can't have both. Wow, so some of you, if you have been healing for a while, then it's very possible you're meeting this person very soon. We have Ren. Be bold and confident. Use all of your resources to create your dreams. I love it. Okay, now let's go into the hidden... I keep forgetting what this is called. What is it called? The hidden truth oracle. So, if you have a specific person in mind, think about them and we will get direct channeled messages from them. So let's see, what is this person group 1 is thinking of? What do they want to say to group 1? The person group 1 is thinking of. What do they want to say to group 1? What does this person want to say to group 1? You came closer than anyone? What do they want to say to group 1? Group 1's person. Whoever group 1 is thinking about. I wish I could take back my words. It says, I want you. I knew exactly what I was doing. That makes sense because they knew what they were doing. Maybe they still did it anyway. I just heard the saying, they wanted to have their cake and eat it too. So take that however that resonates. It's like they knew what they were doing, or it's like they wanted to treat you a certain way but also have you at the same time. Let's see. The person group 1 is thinking about, do they want to say anything else? We both know I'm not the one for you. Okay, well, group number 1, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I am offering private readings. If that's something you're interested, you can go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below. And I have a Patreon where I upload exclusive content, and the viewers on Patreon get to suggest the monthly readings. So if that's something you're interested in and you want more content from me, and content that you choose, so yeah, you can go ahead and check that out. The link to Patreon is also in the description below. Take good care of yourself, you guys. Have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Hey guys, if you chose this Ace of Wands with this lemon green onyx and the Neoteric Feminine Tarot, this is your group. Hello, group number 2. I'm gonna set your crystal right there. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like I mentioned in the intro, our reading today is all about your love life in the rest of 2025. So let me move that aside, and we have our bowl of traits here. So basically I will go through and just pull some traits. I will try to be careful not to burn them because I was a little reckless in group 1 and I almost got a few in the candle. That would be really bad. So we're going to pull some traits from this, and this will give us just anything you need to know about a specific person. So this could be maybe somebody you already know, and then you could take it as a confirmation. This could also be a new person that could potentially be coming into your life in the rest of 2025. So you can honestly, take these traits however you would like to. And also, if you feel like you don't want to watch this, then that's totally okay. I will have the timestamps in the description, so that way you can just skip this part. But I just saw 111 on the time, so maybe for somebody, if you were gonna leave, stick around. Okay, let's see. Traits for group 1 here. Ah! That's a lot. Okay. All right. I love these traits. I haven't used these in literally like 2 years because they were tucked away in my storage room for a really long time and I just found them. Okay, so we have traditional. Somebody could be traditional. They could come from a more traditional family. This also makes me think of like cross-cultural dating. Like maybe somebody is from a traditional family and and their family is like not used to dating outside of their culture. Ooh, that makes so much sense. It says meet while traveling. That makes a lot of sense that like you could meet them in a more traditional setting. Maybe you're visiting this place or they're visiting your place, or maybe you're both visiting a certain place. And maybe that's why you like come from different backgrounds, but you're like meeting in one place. We have dark skin tone. Oh, we have nature lover / plants. So they could have a lot of plants in their home, or maybe they could even have a garden. Computer science. They could be techie. Spicy food. Okay, talk about traditional, talk about while traveling. That's interesting. The reason I say that's interesting is because like a lot of different cultures do eat spicy food. So it's very possible maybe they introduce you to their traditional foods, or you introduce them to your traditional foods. And another thing I was thinking of with traditional and computer science here is it's possible that like their family wants them to follow a more traditional career path, such as like computer science, but maybe they want to do something on their own. Like they want to do something that's not so traditional. So it's possible they come from a traditional family, but they are like the black sheep of the family. Okay, non-drinker. So it's possible this person does not drink alcohol, or you don't, or both of you bond over not drinking alcohol. Africa. Huh, that is so random. Because we have traditional, spicy food, meet while traveling, Africa. Even have dark skin tone. That's crazy. Okay, hippie. There we go. Nature lover, plants, hippie vibes, maybe for some of you. They could also like take part in like recreational drug use, if that's something that you would be okay with. We have movies and TV shows. Maybe you guys bond over movies and TV shows. Maybe for some of you, they are an actor and they are on movies and TV shows, but maybe it's like you bond over watching certain things. Maybe you bond over watching certain traditional things. I'm immediately thinking of K-dramas because I love K-dramas and I watch them all the time. Like every time there's a new one, except I don't like love. Like I don't really watch love, like any romance things. I'm super not into romance stuff, but that like you could bond over watching like a traditional type of TV shows. Extroverted. And this hippie with this non-drinker with nature lover and plants, this is making me think of they could be, and not like they don't have to be like a full-on hippie, but it could be like they don't take like regular like medicines, or especially with non-drinking, it's like they don't put toxins into their body. Maybe they're fully just like herbal medications and medicated through plants, and they really like are against like pharmaceutical medicines or alcohol. So it's very much like they just put healthy things into their body. Ooh, intimate relationship. So looks like you guys could have an intimate relationship together. Oh my god, friends! Ain't no way. That's crazy. Maybe you specifically bond over the TV show Friends. That's really specific. You see how many traits are in this, and I pulled very randomly. And I also wrote these like 2 years ago, so I don't really remember what all I wrote. So that's really specific right here. Okay, Midwest, USA. Maybe you're traveling to the Midwest, so like Chicago. Chicago's in the Midwest, and Chicago is a big city that has a lot of international people. That's like what I'm feeling, like international vibes, international people. Oh, bruh, stop it. I can't make this up. You saw me pull these at random. It literally says meet while traveling and travel. I will say, if you are drawn to a certain place or a certain country, I think you should go. Because it feels like if you're meeting while traveling, then like intuitively you are being called to travel, right? Like you're being called to go do something. And I think you should listen to your intuition, because the universe is also planting the same intuition in this person's mind. And then you meet on like the same train or the same plane or at the airport or something like that. Like you're meeting while you're on the journey to the destination. But it's like if you're intuitively feeling like you need to go somewhere, you should do it, because clearly there seems to be something more going on. Yeah, walking outdoors, hiking, biking. Again, same with nature lover and plants. This really feels like they stay healthy, they eat healthy, they drink healthy, they like to be outdoors. Museums, you could bond over museums. Maybe you're going to a specific museum while you're traveling and you meet them at a museum. Very sexy exclamation point. That's so funny. Okay, that is everything that I'm seeing. Yeah. You could meet like during your journey to a destination. You could meet when you're at the destination, but then you go to do sightseeing stuff, or you go to a restaurant, or you go on a hike somewhere. There's something here about traveling and this person coming into your life through travel. And like Chicago or the Midwest could be significant in some way. Except I don't really know what else, like where else you would be in the Midwest, but Chicago. I guess New York as well, because Friends, well, actually we can say Los Angeles and New York, because Friends was actually filmed in LA, but the show takes place in New York. So, I mean, so both places could be significant. Maybe you're traveling from like one side of the country to the other side, driving or traveling through the Midwest. I don't know. Okay, this is everything that I'm seeing. So now let me clean this up and we will get into the next part of our reading. Okay, so I have another deck here, and this is going to show us your current energy. So that's where I want to start off, to see what is your current energy in your love life specifically. And then after we look at the current energy, you know, that will also help me out a little bit more when we see what is coming in your love life in the rest of 2025. We will use the deck you chose for that part of the reading. And if you feel like the energy check does not sound like you, then definitely go ahead and check out a different group. Okay, let's see. Group 2's current energy in their love life. Group 2's current energy in their love life. Group 2's current energy in their love life. Okay. Group 2's current energy in their love life. Oh, you know what's so interesting? I just realized that this Ace of Wands that you chose, this is fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but this is all about excitement, being passionate, maybe even impulsive. And it's making me think of traveling. Like, having this passion for travel, or having this impulsive need to travel somewhere, or being excited to travel, something like that. Like you have the spark, and it could be for traveling. It could also just be for life in general right now, but with all that travel that we're talking about. The Fool. Okay, I love it. Oh, the Fool is holding a white rose, and I have white roses on my table today. Even this looks like hiking or outdoor activities. Let's see, Group 2's current energy. Group 2's love life. Group 2's current love life. Three of Wands, Aries, Sun in Aries, and even the Three of Wands talks about traveling or embarking on a new journey. And you actually have a 0, which is like a brand new beginning, and then you have an Ace, which is also a brand new beginning. Group 2's current love life. Whoa, okay, okay, this is really, really crazy, actually. This is a very specific group. I can already tell that there is a lot of like psychic activities going on in this group with you and with this person, this mystery person that we are talking about. It feels like a very specific energy, so I think you would know right away if this sounds like your group or not. But I think you're in a very good chapter in your life. It feels like you started some kind of a new chapter, or you're just having a really good time. It feels like your energy is finally at peace. You're finally living a very authentic life to yourself, to your higher self. And I think the universe and you are like this. You're like tied in together very strongly. You have a very strong connection to the universe. You're probably very psychic yourself. 333, as I said that. Oh, and we have 036. These are all, well, 3 and 6 are multiples of 3, and we just saw 333, so 3 could be significant for you. But it feels like you're finally aligned to your higher self, to the life you are meant to live. I think up until now, you are still figuring it out, figuring out who you are, figuring out what you want to do in this world, but it feels like you have found it, or you have a good idea of it now. So it feels like you've grown a lot, you've healed a lot, probably spiritually as well. You probably had a huge spiritual awakening at some point in the recent past, but it feels like you're finally ready to embark on the life you're meant to live. And I love this energy. Like, it feels like you have no baggage, because the Fool, he's all alone. He just got a little saddle pack thing, you know what I mean? Like a little pack. I don't even know what it's called. He just has this little bag. So it feels like there's no baggage. You're entering this new chapter with nothing. No baggage from the past, no expectations. You're just like one with the world. You're just going with the flow, one with the world. You're following your intuition. And I think this is probably also for a lot of you, this is like the happiest you've ever been, especially if there's no baggage and there's nothing like nagging at you. There's nothing from the past. There's nothing dragging you down. It's like you're floating. You're like full of life, and you're finally happy. And it just feels like you're taking this leap of faith into this new chapter in your life. And for the first time, you're feeling like yourself. So I love that. I think this is like such a beautiful energy, and Spirit is saying like, you worked for it. You did it. Congratulations. Like, you brought yourself here. And I definitely see traveling or relocating or moving. Oh, of course, somebody has a vacuum right now. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Yes, so this feels like a really great energy. Also, if you have a companion animal, it just feels like you and your companion animal versus the world. Like right now, that's all it is. It's just the two of you. And then if you don't have a companion animal, then I feel like this is Spirit and just energetically always being with you, guiding you, helping you. Some of you could even have passed on animal spirit guides, or passed on loved ones who are a spirit guide now. But this is just so optimistic, exciting. You're starting new. I just love it. Oh, I love it. It literally says inspiration, new passion, enthusiasm, energy, creative spark. And I also think you realize that like you can do anything that you want to do, right? Because it's your life. I think you finally realize that like I can do what I want to do. Like I don't have to live by everyone's rules. I don't have to live by societal rules or traditional rules or whatever it is. It's like you've realized I can do whatever the heck I want with my life. And I love that the Three of Wands is here because this is showing me that you are leaving something behind. So it could have been a lifestyle, you know, it could have been a job, it could have been a community, an environment. And the Three of Wands also talks about embarking on a new journey. So are they vacuuming again? Bruh, hold on. Oh my gosh, my mom. It's literally my mom. And I've told her 10 times today, like, hey, can you vacuum after I'm done recording my videos? And she's like, yeah. And then I go back and I'm like, wait, you're vacuuming? She's like, oh my God, I forgot that you're recording. I'm like, I just told you. Mom, come on. This is, okay, if you live at home or if you've ever like had to move back home and as an adult, like I'm 27, I'm gonna be 28 soon, and I have been living at home for like almost 2 years now. And I'm telling you, when you're an adult and you're back home with your parents, there's just, it's like such a different dynamic of like life. Anyway, yes, so it feels like you're embarking on a new journey in life. And I mean, you're moving forward. There's nothing left for you in the past. You're excited. Also, this is even making me think of like backpacking through a country, traveling through a country, traveling light. Like you just got you got a little backpack, a little saddle, and you're just like traveling the world. It's giving like nomad. It's giving traveling nomad. It's giving independent. It's giving gone with the wind. Like I'm just going wherever the wind takes me. And if you're not doing this, I think that like that could be something you would really enjoy. I know it's interesting. We're talking about your love life, and I think Spirit is giving me a huge rundown of kind of your energy in general. But what's interesting is there is like heavy intuition right now. With the Six of Cups and the Three of Wands, it feels like you are intuitively being called somewhere. Or it's like this is your soulmate's energy. Like you are heavily picking up on somebody's energy, but I don't think you know who they are in the real world. It's like you see them in your dreams, or you see signs and synchronicities about a person, you feel their energy all the time, and you're just like, universe, like what's going on? Who is this person? Why am I constantly picking up on somebody? But it feels like a past life connection with somebody, and you are being intuitively called to go somewhere, to a specific location, especially because we were talking about traveling so much. It feels like you're being intuitively called to a specific place, and the universe is orchestrating for you to meet somebody in this specific place. Because I'm definitely sensing, I keep going like this, right? Like I'm definitely sensing like you are intertwined with somebody else's energy. Like there is like a duality here. There is somebody else. And for a lot of you, I don't think you know them because you're alone here. This is like alone, one, like independence, alone. But then here, it's like there's two people, and it feels like the universe is drawing you to somebody, and they're drawing them to you too. But I don't think you know who they are at all. And this is like 100%, I can tell you with certainty, this is not somebody from your past. I don't think you know who they are. I don't think you've ever talked to them, ever interacted with them. And I think it's going to be like a by chance kind of an energy that you meet them. But to you, it'll feel by chance. Like to you, it'll be like, oh, how did this happen out of the blue? But to the universe, they're like, girl, like we've been planning this for 5 years now. You know what I mean? Like for the universe, it's like this huge elaborate plan, and everything had to happen in a certain way for you to get here. But for you, you're like, oh, I was being called to go to New York or to LA or to Tokyo or like somewhere else in the world. Like to you, it just feels like, oh, I was just being impulsive and I was drawn to a certain place and I wanted to go and visit. But to them, like to the universe, it's like this whole elaborate scheme that they have put into place for you. But yes, you should go. if you want to travel, or if there is a certain city, state, country that is calling your name, I think you should go and just see what happens. But it's definitely giving solo. I think you would be doing this on your own. I'm not sensing you going with somebody else. And that's the best part about solo trips, is that you can do whatever you want to do. Like, it's your own agenda. It's your own schedule. But when you travel with other people, then you kind of have to accommodate to what everyone else is doing or what everyone else wants to do, and like everyone mutually agree on something. But in this scenario, I'm sensing that you have complete freedom over what it is you're doing. And yeah, so I think you should go. There is some spark that's being lit about a place, and I think you should go. And I think, and I will give you this confirmation that if you are picking up on another energy and you're just like confused and you're just like, who is this? I very strongly feel there is a duality here. There is some kind of a soulmate. And the universe is taking you to meet them, and it is also bringing them to meet you somewhere. And I definitely don't think you have somebody in mind. I mean, I don't sense any person here that you could possibly be involved with, but who knows? I mean, it is a general reading. Maybe for some of you, you do have a person in mind, but this definitely feels like a new person. Even this, look, doesn't this look like a solo trip? She's just on a little scooter, little moped thing, and she's just going. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. So this is Aries, fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is Mercury energy. This is Scorpio energy. You could also have really good conversations with this person, whoever you meet. I'm seeing like you have really good conversations, you have a lot in common, you're talking a lot to them. They're talking a lot to you too. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is coming in for Group 2's love life in the rest of 2025. Group 2's love life in the rest of 2025. Oh my God. We have the Seven of Pentacles with harvest, rewards, results, growth, progress, perseverance, patience, and planning. I feel like that's you to your own life. Like, this is you planning your life, planning your future, planning your career, planning the ideal life you want to live, creating the ideal life you want to live. That's also showing me independence, self-sufficiency. I'm also seeing financial stability to some extent as well. Let's see, what's coming in for Group 2's love life and the rest of 2025? Three of Swords. We have heartbreak, separation, sadness, grief, sorrow, upset, loss, trauma, tears. Let me clarify what this is. Can you clarify the Three of Swords? Okay. Oh, and then Three of Cups bottom of the deck. Kind of feels like this happened first. It feels like if there was any sadness, you're definitely moved on from it, and you are moving on from it, especially with this Four of Swords being such a relaxing, you know, peaceful period of rest kind of an energy. It does feel like, and it's interesting that both of these swords, there's red, and red talks about personal power. And in this card, the swords are going through the heart, which talks about heartbreak. But then here, she grabbed a sword and she's wearing red, which is personal power, and she's saying, I'm not going to let the heartbreak affect me. Like, I'm going to move on from it. I'm going to be the stronger person here. I'm not going to let it dictate my life or my future. I'm not going to let it like ruin things for me. So it almost feels like you could have gone through something that was a little sad or a little disappointing at some point in time, but you have like risen from the ashes. You took your power back from the scenario and you're not allowing it to affect you. you know, that's what it feels like. You're not allowing something to affect you here. And you're very much just like moving on from the scenario. Because I really feel like you don't have baggage. You don't have things that you're holding on to. And this sadness doesn't have to be in love. It could be honestly in anything. There could have just been some sadness that happened at some point in this year. And I think you have taken your power back from it and you have overcome the scenario. And I think you have continued to work on yourself and better yourself and provide that stability and that independence and that, you know, that life for yourself that you see for yourself. So I feel like this more feels like current energy. This almost feels like something that you had already gone through. Let's see. What's coming in for group 2 and the rest, or for their love life, the rest of 2025? Oh my gosh, yes. We have the Knight of Cups, idealistic, charming, artistic, graceful, diplomatic, mediator, negotiator. I don't know why it says that, but the Knight of Cups. This is a very sweet energy. I definitely think you are catching somebody's attention. Yeah, look at that. Oh my God, 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. You are, and then the Wheel of Fortune. You are, I mean, you're thriving. Like, you have worked really hard to get here. Because the 7 of Pentacles talks about hard work, consistency, maintaining something, waiting for the rewards. And then the 9 of Pentacles, you got your rewards. You got the life that you were building, or the life that you were working for, or the financial stability you were working for. Because it says, see, rewarded efforts. And here it says rewards. Rewarded efforts, success, achievement, independence, material security, self-sufficiency. So it's like, whatever it is, the life that you are working for, it is happening. You will gain the success that you are working for. And I love that the 9 of Cups is here, because this is emotional fulfillment. We have wishes coming true, satisfaction, success, achievement, recognition, pleasure. And then you can sit back and chill. Be like, yep, I did this. I created this life for myself. And I said that in the very beginning, didn't I? That you are genuinely happy. And this is like you being very aligned to your higher self, to your purpose here on earth. I said that in the very beginning. And that's what I'm sensing. Is you're going to be doing really, really well for yourself by the end of the year here. And I love that the Knight of Cups is here, because it's showing me that you are catching somebody's attention. And this person is going to make their way towards you, whether it's while traveling, whether it's in a new location, whether it's at an airport, whether it's on a plane, a train, I don't know. Like, it's like no matter where you are, I think somebody is noticing you. And with the Knight of Cups, this is a very sincere and genuine and loving energy. This is somebody that is emotionally available, and they are seeing you, and they see you just glowing, and you're just so flawless, and you're just so happy and living your best life. And also they're very attracted to your independence. Like, that's coming through very strongly. They're very attracted to your independence and your self-sufficiency, and also your self-assurance of who you are as a person. And they are making their way, oh my God, making my way downtown. I don't know why I said it like that. That's just what popped in my head. They're making their way to you, and they are interested. They're like, who is she? Who is she? She is the main character. Who is this person? Or he. I mean, you could be a guy too, but yes. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, with literally like unexpected events, fate, fortune, luck. This is divine timing. This is divine orchestration. So the fact that this came up, it is giving me the confirmation that, like, yes, this romantic scenario, or the person that you are meeting by the end of 2025, it is divinely orchestrated, and you are both on your way to each other. We don't know when. It's gonna just happen. It's gonna be sudden. It's gonna be random. You're not expecting it. And the universe is giving this to you by the end of the year. Anything else you want to say to group 2 regarding their love life and the rest of 2025? It's interesting because this is talking about your love life. but we really talked about you, your growth, you prospering, your independence, your freedom, you like creating the life of your dreams, your hustle. You know, like it's so interesting because this is about your love life, but we are really talking about you in all other aspects. Wow. And then we have the High Priestess. Intuition, spirituality, higher power, inner voice. Yeah. The fact that the Wheel of Fortune and the High Priestess is out here, I think for one, the universe is just saying to you, like, it's happening, but we're not going to give you information. It's just happening. And you're not meant to know anything because they don't want you to like ruin it. Not that you would ruin it, but they want you to be more surprised and shocked, and they want you to be caught off guard. They don't want you to have your walls up. And this is all about just energies that we can't see, but we can feel. It's our intuition, and they're reminding you to listen to your intuition because they're planting seeds through your intuition. They're calling you somewhere, so they want you to listen to your inner knowing, to your higher self, to listen to the signs and synchronicities around you. But like, they are taking you somewhere. Okay, let's go ahead and get some advice here. That's 2. Let's get some advice here for group number 2 regarding their love life and the rest of 2025. Oh my gosh. There's no way. I literally can't make this up. And look at that. Meant to be. Bottom of the deck. Moon called. So we have intuition, as I was just talking about, you listening to your intuition. We have meant to be. As I was saying, the universe is planning something that will happen for you. And that's why you have to listen to your intuition. Whoa. Oh, and we have strength. We have changes. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, stay strong, because you're already doing it. Like, you're already on the path you're meant to be on. Advice for group 2. White Owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Clearly. I mean, clearly. We've already been talking about intuition, psychic energies. We've been talking about all of it, and you have all of it within you. We already knew that, but thank you for reminding us. This is also making me think of Harry Potter, because Hedwig is a white owl. Eagle, you are learning all aspects of spiritual connection and reaching new heights. Love it. Okay, so now we are going to go in with this, the Hidden Truth Oracle. So if you have somebody on your mind, you want to just like hear a message from them, I will pull some cards here. But if you really like, you don't have anyone in mind, there's no one you want to hear any messages from, then you can totally just end the video now. And thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate all of your support. If you want to stick around to get some messages from this, then that is what we will do now. And go ahead and think about your person or whoever you want to get a message from. I'm like not sensing anybody, but that's okay. It is a general reading, so I think there might be at least one of you out there that is asking about somebody. So let's see. What does this person have to say to group 2? What does this person have to say to group 2? I feel you leaving me behind. Yes, I feel it too. I definitely think you do not have anyone that you are holding on to or waiting on. It says, I'm not available. Okay. It says, I can't stop thinking about you. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. I want to feel that way again. I wish I had treated you better. And then this one says, I couldn't let you get close to me. What's interesting, it is almost feels like you were a catalyst for change or for healing in somebody else. Or like you were meant to like show them a reflection of themselves, or you were meant to like show them something that they needed to work on within themselves. And I think you actually did, whoever this is, it feels like you did leave an imprint on them, and they have learned something. At least they've like learned a little bit of something. They're a little bit more self-aware since you walked away from them. Okay, group number 2, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. And, you know, I really hope this was helpful, it was accurate. I hope you were able to get messages or advice from this. But yeah, take good care of yourself, you guys. I am offering private readings. If you're interested, the link to, or it's not a link, my email is in the description below. You can go ahead and send me an email. And then I also have a Patreon where we have exclusive content. If you are interested, the viewers on Patreon get to suggest the monthly readings, and the link to that is also in the description below. But take good care of yourself, you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye! Hey guys, if you chose the 7 of Diamonds with the Gentle Heart Tarot and this hot pink agate, this is your group. Hello, group number 3. Thank you guys so much for being here. So let me set this down and let's move this over. I'm going to start off with the traits, and here is the bowl of traits. There is a lot going on in here. So basically I'm going to, oh, there's the hair. I'm going to go and pull a bunch of traits out of this bowl, and this will give us an idea of maybe a potential person that is coming into your life by the end of this year. Or this could also be somebody that you already know. If you are seeking confirmation, then, you know, you can use this as confirmation about a current person, or we can view this as a new person that's coming in. But if you feel like you don't have somebody in mind and you just don't know or don't think somebody is coming into your life by the end of the year, then you can definitely skip this. I mean, you don't have to watch this, but, you know, it's just like something fun to look forward to. So let's go ahead and get some traits for group number... Oh, I did that earlier too. It's like, I don't want to burn it. For group number 3. Traits. Okay, I think this is good. So let's get started. Horror movies, very specific. Somebody could be, you know, into horror movies. Maybe that's something you bond over somebody with. We have band, theater, choir, and orchestra. That could be something you guys are interested in together. Or this person could be, you know, an active member in one of these things. We have air signs. Oh, pretty/beautiful. So I think when I wrote this, it was just like, my intentions was that this person is very conventionally beautiful. Like no matter where they go, they just have like that look of just being very conventionally attractive. East Side. That immediately made me think of New York, but it also made me think of Taylor Swift's song Delicate. On the east side, where you at? Yeah, so I don't know. So New York could be significant, Taylor Swift could be significant, that song, that you could listen to that song maybe when this person comes around or you're about to meet them. We have spiritual, or like New York, or just the east side of a place could be significant. Long hair. Maybe they have very beautiful long hair. practical slash rational. That is such an air sign quality. It could also be that like you are more spiritual and they are more practical and rational, but you like bounce off of each other in that way, or both of you are open-minded to the other person's ideas. We have country slash country music. I know Taylor Swift is not totally country, but yeah, country music could be significant. We have introverted. Yeah, and I was just saying like you could be opposites in some way. So like maybe you're introverted and they're extroverted, or they're extroverted, you're introverted. It's like opposites attract, but you like bounce off of each other. Or maybe your styles, your aesthetic, your music tastes, your movie tastes, your physical looks, like maybe something you guys are very like opposites in. Oh my God, that's crazy. We have theater and then theater slash Broadway. Whoa, that's really crazy. So they could be a part of theater, they could be in Broadway shows, or maybe you guys enjoy going to the theater together. It's possible maybe you even meet at a Broadway show. Europe. Somebody could be from Europe, or maybe, yeah, maybe something that's European. It's complicated. Okay. Maybe when you meet this person, something is complicated in their love life, or something is complicated in your love life when you meet them. Or maybe you already know this person and it is currently complicated. We have CEO slash boss. We can also interpret this as them being like high up in something. Dark hair. So we have long hair and we have dark hair. Let me get one more. Is that one? Okay. And then we have athletic. Okay, this is what I am seeing. So you can take one of these messages, you can take all of these messages, you can claim whatever it is you want. And I will clean this up in a second and we will be right back. Okay, I am back and we have a different deck here. So we're going to start off with an energy check to see what is your current love life energy. And then after this, we will go in with the deck to see what is coming in the rest of 2025 for your love life. And if you feel like this does not resonate with you, or this current energy doesn't sound like you, then definitely check out a different group. And yeah, I think that's it. I want to say something. So that song Delicate by Taylor Swift, it's like still playing in my mind. And in the song she says, my reputation, she says something like, my reputation hasn't been great, so you must like me for me. And then we saw that it's complicated, and it was making me think, for some of you, it's like you meet this person when something is complicated in your life. And I also feel that way because of the Seven of Diamonds. This is the Seven of Pentacles, but especially in this deck, you know, she has flowers growing out of her, and it looks like a very peaceful, very down-to-earth, nurturing, loving energy. Her eyes are closed. So it feels like this is somebody who's really taking care of themselves, is loving themselves, nurturing themselves. And it feels like in this phase in this person's life, or in your life for group 3, it feels like you're just focused on you. And maybe you got out of something complicated. Maybe your life is a little bit messy right now. Or, you know, you're just focusing on yourself. And maybe you're not in the position to get into a relationship right away, or to meet somebody new right away. So it almost feels like you meet somebody when you're not ready, but this person still really likes you for who you are. Because you know, the lyrics are, my reputation hasn't been great, but you must like me for me. It's almost like you are telling this person, like, you know, there's a lot of chaos in my life, or I'm figuring something out, or, you know, for example, like a divorce, like maybe you're going through a divorce or a legal battle, or you're moving jobs, or life is just hectic and you're kind of just focusing on yourself right now. But then you meet this person when you're not expecting it, and you're telling them like, hey, like, things are really crazy. Like, I don't know what's happening next. I don't know how long something is gonna take to proceed till it's over. And then they're like, well, I don't care because I like you and I want to stick around and just be there with you. And you're just like, wow, like you must really like me for me, because there's so much happening and I'm not like 100% healed, or I'm not 100% done with the previous chapter, but this person still wants to stick around with you. It's like they really see you for who you are. This person, especially if there is like external things happening in your life and you got things to figure out, it's like they're not seeing all that. They're not seeing all the chaos or all the clutter, all of the mess around you or in your life or anything you're sorting out. They don't see that. They just see you as a person. They see you for who you are. They like you for who you are. So that's really sweet. That is what I'm sensing really strongly. And you don't have to resonate with that, but I just feel like maybe somebody resonates with that. So let's go ahead. Let's see what that was. Let's go ahead and get your current energy now. So let's see. For group 3, what is their current love life energy? So I want to see specifically about your love life. So what is group 3's current love life energy? 4 of Pentacles. What is group 3's specific love life energy right now? What's going on in their love life? Group 3's current love life. Wheel of Fortune. Group 3's current love life. We have the 6 of Wands. Oh my gosh, 2 of Cups. Wow. Huh. It does feel like something has changed recently in your life. It feels like you were living a certain life for a while and something happened, something changed. Because with the Wheel of Fortune here, it does feel like something just like, something changed. You know, it could have been for the better, it could have been for the worse, I don't really know. It just feels like you were living a life that was steady. It was kind of the same thing every day, like you were in a routine, it was very steady, it was very predictable. But then something changed. And it kind of threw you for a loop a little bit. So like, for example, say like if you were married for a long time, right? Like if you were married and if you had kids, or you were in a relationship for a very long time, but then something happened, something changed. And it wasn't the way it was originally. And maybe it ended. Maybe you had to go your separate ways, or something else was presented to you. Because this feels like a very positive energy. For others of you, you could actually be with somebody. You could still be with the same person. Because we see the 2 of Cups here, which is a soulmate card. And I was just saying, the person that I'm channeling here, they are saying like, I like you for you. I don't care about the chaos. I don't care about if something is changing in your life. Or maybe you feel this way about somebody else. There is this energy that you are, this is, okay. This is either you or this is the person I'm channeling. But it feels like one person's life is a little bit unpredictable. And you or this other person, or both of you, really like each other for who you guys are. You must like me for me. And you're not walking away, or they're not walking away just because something of the external circumstances changed. Like the message that's coming to me is like, say you were like living together, right? Like you were married, you have this person, you were living together. And then suddenly they get a new job in a different city or in a different state, different country. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, this feels very positive. And all of this being a soulmate card, this feels very, very positive. And so it feels like you were just like living this life where things were predictable, same routine every day, and then something was thrown in, and there is distance now, or there's chaos, or it's like it's not as easy as it once was. But the energy is so positive, and you guys love each other so much, or you really see a long-term future with each other. Like, you don't, you really care about this person. This person really cares about you. And I think that one or both of you are like accommodating your lives or your schedules to fit whatever change is happening with the other person. But it's like you guys don't want to lose this connection. You like each other for who each other is. So even if somebody, has to go long distance, or if somebody's life changes, or their job changes, or maybe for some of you, you're having a kid, or like a kid is involved or something, it's like this idea of like, even if life gets a little chaotic, like, I'm not walking away from you. You are my soulmate. You are my person. And we will make it work. Especially because the 7 of Diamonds, it's a very nurturing energy. Like I was saying, so initially I was thinking of this energy as like you nurturing yourself, but this could also be you nurturing a connection, this other person nurturing this connection. It feels like a very stable energy. It feels like you've already planted seeds with this person. You already have some kind of a foundation with this person. And it's like, because those roots run so deep, you're not going to get swayed just because something changes in their life or in your life. And I feel like whose life is changing, maybe it's both of your lives, it's changing for the better. This could even be like somebody is getting a raise and now you're going to be making more money. You're more successful, but maybe it requires you to move and work in a different city. But like, it's positive because it is a raise that you worked for. Maybe you're getting promoted. You're going to be making more money. There's more success. So it's not like a bad thing. Whatever change this is, it's a very good change. It's a very positive change, but it'll just disrupt your life the way you guys have been living. I hope that makes sense. But it's like with this and with that, you must like me for me, it just really feels like you're genuine lovers, you're genuine soulmates with each other. And it's like, no matter what curveball life is throwing your way, you will get over it. You will work through it. And you will continue to nurture and grow the connection. And like, you're not walking away from it just because something is changing, but they're also not walking away from you just because something is changing. It could be your life that's changing, or it could be their life that's changing. The energies are kind of like they're like intertwined. I can't tell who is who right now. I also feel like for some of you, the universe could also be like testing you to some extent, but obviously, okay, I want to use my words very carefully because this seems very positive. This is like a very healthy relationship with two people that love each other, two people that take care of each other, and it's like a very healthy connection. 1111 on the time, as I said that. This is not a connection that is abusive. This is not a connection that's toxic. This is not a connection that's manipulative. So I want to say that very clearly, that like, if there is something that is being thrown in the mix here, it's to a very positive relationship. Because I wanted to say, I almost feel like the universe is testing you to some extent to see if you or this person can handle change. If you will still stay committed to each other, if you can still have that solid foundation with each other after this change. But I say that very carefully because this is not for if you're in a toxic relationship. The universe is never going to test you with a toxic partner. If somebody is abusive to you physically, mentally, emotionally, if somebody hurts you, if you're in some kind of an abusive situation, the universe is never going to test you to see how long you're going to last. That's crazy. They would never do that. They're always looking at your best interest. So this is only for a connection that is a very healthy, loving, real, like genuine connection. And maybe one person has to move away for a little bit. Maybe something is changing in the dynamic, and the universe wants to see, can you guys handle this? Can you handle this test? But I'm saying that very carefully because I don't want you, if you're in a relationship that is not healthy, I don't want you to think the universe wants you to stay in it because they're testing you. I think this would not be your reading if that's the case, because this is like the most genuine energy that I can see. There is no lies, there's no BS, there's no heartbreak, there's no deception here. This is very real. Okay, that was a lot. That was a mouthful, but that is what I'm sensing. So, and look at that. Four of crystals, Four of Wands. This is engagement, marriage, celebration, a happy home life. It just feels like you're in a great connection, but the universe is just kind of throwing a bit of a curveball in there, but you will get through it. And look at that, 10 of Cups. It's like you will get through it. You will find, you know, that everything works out at the end. Maybe it's just a bit of a distance for now. Maybe it's like you can't be together the way you want to for now, but it's like you will come back together at the end of the day. Or maybe like you have to move, they have to move. There's like something happening. But the universe is saying you will have that happily ever after with this person because they are your person. This very much feels like this is a soulmate of yours that you are meant to be with. But it's interesting because in the process, I mean, yeah, like in the very beginning, I was saying that with the 7 of Diamonds, this feels like you are loving yourself, nurturing yourself, and taking care of yourself, which could still be true because especially if this distance, like say they left, right? Say like the distance is on that person's side and they had to go away for work or whatever, then it's like you're dealing with the anxiety, you're dealing with the overwhelming energy. So it would make sense that you are the one that's like trying to calm yourself down, trying to ground yourself, trying to have a different perspective about the situation. So this could still be you pouring and nurturing yourself in the time being because things are stressful. You know, it makes sense. You don't want to be away from the person you love. It makes total sense. But it could also be them that's feeling this way. It could be the connection, you know. Take it however it resonates. So that seems like the current energy of what you are dealing with. So let's go ahead and see. It also feels like you will be rewarded because I feel like the universe is testing you to some extent, right? I mean, it's not like a super crazy test, but they're just seeing if both of you are right for each other, if you will stick together through whatever this change is. But you will be rewarded because once everything kind of calms back down and you're back together, then you will have that happiness and that celebration and that love and that union, and you will be rewarded by that. It does feel a little tough though, I will be honest, because with the 4 of Pentacles here, you could be somebody that didn't want change, right? Like you were happy with how the relationship was, how your lifestyle was with this person. You did not want change. And I think now you have to adjust your life to the change that is happening. That's why it feels like it's more tough on your end a little bit. But even though this person's life is also changing, they're still telling you, hey, I like you for you. I don't care the situation is changing. And you're also telling them the same thing. Hey, like, I like you for you. It's okay that things are changing, but, you know, you're still very solid together. But it does feel like the change is tougher on you for some reason. Okay, so let's go ahead and see for group 3. Let's see what is coming in for group 3's love life in the rest of 2025. Group 3's love life in the rest of 2025. That's a lot. Group 3's love life and the rest of 2025. Aww. The Queen of Crystals and the Five of Cups. It seems like there is some sadness or some disappointment, especially because, like I was saying, I sense that it is from you that you don't want the change, or it was not easy for you to handle the change. I'm sensing that more on your side versus whoever this other person is. But so then we see the Five of Cups, you know, it talks about sadness, it talks about disappointment, but you see how we see the Two of Cups here and then we see the Two of Cups here. It's like, even though there is the sadness, you still like this person for who they are. You still feel like this is your soulmate, this is your person. So I think it's like, even though there is sadness, you are rising above it. You're having that perspective shift, because then you're becoming the Queen of Wands here. You're having the perspective shift. You're understanding that this is temporary, it's not forever. You're understanding that you still have a very strong connection with this person and it's not going to change. So I think the change was definitely tougher on you, but you're rising from this. You are becoming more confident. You're becoming happier with yourself. You're nurturing yourself, loving yourself, grounding yourself. All of that stuff I said in the very beginning, it feels like you are moving into that energy. And you're handling it a lot better. We have the Two of Crystals. Let me get all my cards out and then we can talk about it. Group 3's love life and the rest of 2025. We have the Page of, lots of crystals, lots of wands. And actually we have Leo here. This is Cancer. We have the fixed signs, Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and Scorpio. This is Capricorn energy. We have Scorpio. Yeah, Scorpio again. And then we have fire. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then this is specifically Aries. Group 3's love life and the rest of 2025. I don't like when a lot of cards fall out like that. Group 3's love life and the rest of 2025. Aww. We have the Ace of Cups and then we have the Knight of Crystals. So lots of fire, first of all. Let me adjust a little bit better here. I think the sadness is on the other person's end as well. I think both of you are a little disappointed. I think you are a bit more anxious about it. You're a bit more nervous. For some reason, the other person is not nervous. I think it's because they know that, like, you guys are going to be together. You know that this is not going to change your dynamic. You'll be back together. I feel like they are more secure in the fact that, like, this change is not going to affect the relationship at all, or at least not affected long term. But I think you are more anxious about it and you are the one that's overthinking it. But obviously they miss you. I think you both really miss each other at the end of the day. And you're both, it's so cute. It's so, like, I'm like giddy. I have butterflies. Like, this is like a very sweet, genuine energy. I do think that you are still going to continue to do what you're doing, like, in your life. I don't think you're gonna, I think at first there is sadness and there's disappointment, but after you become more, like, confident, I guess, with the situation, or you become more assured about, like, everything's gonna be fine, I think it puts you back into the life that you are normally living. You continue doing your things, like, you continue living your life. I don't think you're gonna put your life on hold for this situation, and this person doesn't want you to do that either. I think, you know, you just need to continue doing what you were doing and continue living your life. And I think you will get there. And you're also viewing this as a new opportunity for yourself, for your own self-growth, for your own self-development, to do what you want to do, to plan for your future a little bit more. You know, I feel like you are taking this as an opportunity to really evolve as an individual. And I love that the Ace of Cups is here and that the Knight of Crystals is here, because there's still so much excitement between the two of you. There's so much love. There's so much passion. I'm sensing there's probably a lot of phone calls and like messages and video chatting and stuff like that. And there's always that excitement to finally talk to each other. Finally, especially if this is long distance, it's like you're finally, it's very exciting to like see them and talk to them and hear from them. And I don't see the love going away. I don't see the excitement going away anytime soon. I think you guys are very strong as a couple. You're both pouring into the situation really well. And the universe is encouraging you to find like new hobbies. I don't know why it's coming through like that, like to distract yourself, to find new hobbies, to find new activities, to like do things to where you are working on yourself, but also like distracting yourself a little bit so you're not dwelling on it all the time. I think that is how it'll help you move forward from any sadness that you might be feeling. I think this person will also remind you from time to time that like they're still here. You know, I think they'll probably send you like cute messages or gifts or something. I think this person really likes you. They really love you, honestly. And they don't want you, like they will do anything that they can do, even from a distance, to make you feel loved, to make you feel secure in the connection. So they probably send you a lot of like random things, surprises, stuff like that. They definitely don't forget about you, and they don't want you to think that they are forgetting about you for whatever reason. Okay, that's everything I see, group 3. That is the sweetest thing I've ever read in a while, so I love it. I'm very happy with this reading. Let me get some advice here. Advice for group 3 regarding their love life. Process your feelings. Yeah, that makes sense, because we were talking about that you are the one that's struggling with this a little bit more. Aw, the law of attraction. This is also making me think of like distract yourself, be happy, hang out with friends, do things, you know, that'll put you in a happier mood. But I also think this is talking about manifestation as well, because if we're sitting in a negative energy and we're just like dwelling in the anxiety, in the negativity, we're just like, oh my God, what if they forget about me? What if this? What if that? What if they don't love me anymore? What if they find somebody else? Like if we're sitting in this anxiousness, that is what we are putting out in the world. They don't want you to do that. They want you to manifest happiness, manifest love, continue on in this strong connection with this person. But if you're sitting in like this freak out mode, then that is what you are sending out to this person. That's what you're sending out to the universe. You attract the energy that you put out there. What you put out there comes back to you. But so when you're at peace and you're secure in this connection and you're independent and stable within this connection, but also within yourself, then that's the energy you put out into the universe. That's why they want you to be careful, and they want you to process your feelings and become this Queen of Wands independent baddie, because they don't want you to put that doubt out there into the universe. They don't want you to put the anxiousness into the universe. Anything else for group 2 advice, please? Transformation. I was just saying that there seems to be personal development on your end. This is helping you grow and evolve and become a better you. And yeah, I love to see that. Oh, you might have dogs. There's 2 wolves here. There's 2 dogs here. There's a cat here. Maybe you're spending time with animals, spending time with your pets. Maybe you should get a companion animal, especially if like you're living alone now and your partner is somewhere else. The universe is like, you should get a dog or get a cat, somebody you can hang out with. We have Kingfisher. Prosperity is flowing. Have faith that you will receive it in the perfect form. That's like everything I just said in a much more poetic way. This is also making me think of Kingfisher beer. So, I mean, I don't know if you drink or alcohol or anything like that, but maybe just like grab a glass of wine, grab a drink, relax a little bit. You know what I mean? Like just take the edge off. Make yourself a strong drink. We have Dove. Feel and allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. This is a divine quality. That's what I was just saying. You put out the energies. What you are feeling and sensing and going through, you are putting that out into the universe. And they want you to find peace. We have Pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. Yes, put your, the law of attraction. Let's do something good with our energy. And let's put it in the right places. Okay, now, if you do have a person in mind, which I feel like this group does, then let's go ahead and see what they want to say to you. So for group 3, what does their person want to say to them? Okay, actually, I kind of sat with this energy for a second. We will get into this in a second. For those of you, if you don't actively have this person like in your life, because I kind of got tunnel visioned and I read this as if like this is somebody you are currently with, but there's distance, or there's like something that happened, right, that changed the dynamic. For others of you, if this is not somebody that's actively in your life, you can also interpret this as like your life has changed and you are like healing, right? You're healing from the change that happened. You are becoming the better version of yourself and moving on in your life. And then you meet the soulmate. The traits and like the way I was describing how this person feels and what they do, like all of that is still the same. It just, the only difference is this could be somebody that you are with right now, or this could be somebody that is coming in, like a new person that is coming in for you. But I think the messages would still stay the same, that like there was still change in your life, you're evolving into a better you, and then you either get back, or you kind of have that reunion with your person that you already are with, or it's like you have a reunion or a union with somebody else. Does that make sense? I think the messages would still stay the same about like you healing and there was that change. It's either it would be just somebody that you are already with coming back to you, or maybe a new person, or maybe somebody on your mind that's coming back to you. Oh my God. Okay. So let's go ahead and, okay, let me fix this. Let's go ahead and see now. If you do want to hear from somebody, let's go ahead and get messages from them. What does group 3's person want to say to group 3? I know I messed up everything. I will wait for a sign from you. I want to feel that way again. You speak to me through music. Oh, and it says, I wonder if you're happy without me. I feel you even though we're apart. Okay, group number 3, thank you so much for letting me give you these readings. I hope the reading made sense because I felt a very strong energy, but please, you can kind of interpret it how it makes sense to your situation. But yes, thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in a private reading, you can email me. My link is in the description below, or my email is in the description below. And then I also have a Patreon where viewers get to suggest the monthly readings. So if that's something you are interested in, go ahead and check out my Patreon. It is linked in the description below as well. So take good care of yourself, you guys. Have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you are, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye! Hey guys, if you chose this High Priestess with the Modern Witch Tarot deck and this blue slag glass, this is your group. Hello, group number 4. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll set your crystal right there just because she's kind of big and I don't think it'll fit there. Okay, so let's move this deck aside, and here is our bowl of traits. So like I mentioned in the intro, we're going to start off with this bowl of traits, and this is for if you maybe have somebody on your mind and you want confirmation, or this could be if you're like open to the idea of meeting somebody new this year. This could give you some hints about their traits or personality or anything about your connection with this person to kind of help you identify who they could be. But I am giving you the option to totally skip this because I know for some of you, maybe you're not expecting to meet somebody, or you don't really want to like be a part of this part of the reading. Then that's totally fine. The timestamp to start the actual reading will be down in the description, so you can totally skip this if you would like. But please, watch this reading however you want to. You can watch this, you can skip it, you can really do whatever feels comfortable or whatever feels natural for you. So let's go ahead and get started with our traits. The bowl has gotten smaller, so since this is the last group, all the other groups have already, they've already got their traits. And I did not put the traits back because I do want new traits for all the groups. So that's why it's a little smaller now. I need to be careful. And there is hair. I need to be careful because, oh gosh, there's always cat hair everywhere. In the first group, I literally almost like burnt everything down. Like I almost got paper in there. Okay. Okay, that should be enough. I want to make sure I didn't lose one. Okay, so for group 1, let's go ahead and get started with your traits for this person. Ooh, charity work. This is immediately making me think of an Aquarius, because Aquarians, they tend to be for the people in a way. They can be humanitarians, they can stand up for a greater cause. So this could be somebody that stands up for a greater cause. So it could be like for children or for animals or whatever type of cause that they want to stand up for. They could also feel very strongly about giving back. We have adaptable. Could be a very adaptable person to their, like a chameleon, like they could get along with anybody, they can adapt to any scenario. Ooh, a very specific astrological placement that's coming through is this person could have Neptune in the first house. Because if you have Neptune in the first house, you can get along with anybody. You can adapt to any situation, any scenario. You can get along with anything very, very well. Oh my God, cats. Love it. We were just talking about animals too. Maybe somebody adopted a cat. Hold on, this one fell on the ground. Ooh, they could be younger than you. You could be younger than them. There could be some kind of an age difference here. Open-minded. Oh, I love it. Adaptable and open-minded. What a perfect personality trait. I love that. I love open-minded, adaptable people. They're not set in stone. They're not set in one way. I love that. Fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we also talked about Aquarius. And Neptune actually rules, rules Pisces. Okay, so Pisces could be significant. Weight loss journey, that is so specific. Maybe this person, it could be very specifically a weight loss journey, or this person takes care of their body really well. Maybe they work out, they're very fit. 444, as I'm saying that. Two moms. So when I wrote this, my intentions was that, and that actually makes a lot of sense with open-minded, like that this person could have two moms, you know, like, or two moms or two dads, which makes sense with if they are like open-minded. Maybe they would be open-minded to like sexuality as well, or like they're very open to anybody, or like loving, not that they're open to anybody, but it's like it's one love, right? Like they don't care what who you love or what your orientation is or anything like that. And it could make sense, like maybe they have two moms or two dads or something like that. This could also be that they have like two women in their life that they really look up to. So it could be like their mom and their grandma, or like their mom and an aunt, or like their mom and like somebody else that they also look at as another mom. Oh my God, ain't no way. That's crazy. Two moms or two dads. That's crazy because you saw me like major shuffle those things. So yeah, they could come from like a unconventional family setting. They could also be adopted, because you know what, this is so specific, but I actually had a friend a couple years ago who was adopted by two dads, because like they couldn't have their own kids, so they adopted him as a baby. So with adaptable, and I was thinking like adoption, it could be that they are adopted. We have rap and hip hop. You can also look at that as like R&B too. That could be the music that they're interested in. Oh, happy relationship. I feel like this person has experienced healthy relationships, because it just feels like their parents or grandparents or people in their like immediate family, they've always been around healthy relationships. Like for their parents, I feel like their parents have a very healthy relationship. So then they seek healthy relationships. And this is a very healthy person in relationships, because they've always grown up, or they've always surrounded themselves with healthy dynamics. Aw, happy relationship and romantic. How sweet. Oh my gosh. You do not have to claim this at all, but they could be into recreational drugs. Ooh, a sexy accent. You know what's so interesting? You know when you just go to like a different city or a different state, like in the same country, but even like a different part of a state has a different accent, like for example in New York there's like a Brooklyn accent, and there's like a Long Island accent, but it's all like still in the same area. It could be something like that. Like maybe you're from a close by area, but then they have a completely different accent where they live or where they grew up. And a teacher. Aw, charitable work and teacher. I feel like this person really gives back to the community, or genuinely wants to help people or help causes. Here, let's get one more. Oh, we got two. Okay. Oh, stuffed animals. So they could be a bit of a softie. And also, this is interesting because we were just talking about this person being very healthy, like having a very healthy mindset, being very open-minded. And then it made me think of stuffed animals, because I know like for some people, you know, maybe stuffed animals are viewed as like childish or immature, or stuffed animals could have a negative connotation. But I feel like this person is so open-minded and they've just like have always been so healthy in life and how they view things and how they view people, that they had like they would even accept, like they would accept you if you were into stuffed animals, or like, and it doesn't have to be you specifically, but it feels like they don't judge anybody for anything. Like this person is just so pure and wholehearted and genuine and kind that like they wouldn't judge anybody for anything. Even down to like if you had stuffed animals, they would not judge you. They would not put negative connotations on it. They would think it's cute and sweet. They'd probably ask you, "Hey, you want to bring your stuffed bear with us today?" Like I think they would be so accepting of who you are, of your past, your wounds, how you've healed, everything. Like they would be so accepting of you, but also this is them in general in life. They're just so accepting to everybody. And I think they definitely grew up in a very healthy dynamic, very healthy family life. And then they also grew up in a very open-minded family dynamic situation. And then we have South America. Very cool. There could be a South American accent or something like that. Anything else that I see? Okay, I think this is everything. So let me clean this up and I will be right back. Okay, I am back and I have a different tarot deck here. So we're gonna start off with an energy check for you. And then after the energy check, we will go ahead and see what is coming in for your love life in the rest of 2025. We will check that out with the deck you chose. And for our energy check, this will be specifically your current energy in your love life. And if this does not resonate with you, then definitely check out a different group. Okay, for group number 4. Let's see, what is group 4's current energy in their love life? What is group 4's current energy in their love life? What is group 4's current energy in their love life? Group 4 that chose this High Priestess. What is their current energy in their love life? Oh, got it. We have the Hierophant. Nice, another major arcana. Was this the only group that got a major arcana? Because the other one was 7 of Pentacles. Oh no, the Magician. And then Ace of Wands. Okay, we got 2 out of 4 major arcana. Let's see. What is group 4's current energy in their love life? What is group 4's current energy in their love life? The Fool, bottom of the deck. Let me clarify the 7 of Cups. Ace of Wands, the Star, 7 of Cups. Let me cover up the Star. Hey, this is Aquarius. I was talking about Aquarius energy. The Star is Aquarius. And actually, this is Gemini energy. And then we have air again. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, fire, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then we have Taurus with the Hierophant. Okay. I think this is so interesting. I think you are like ready for a relationship, or you're very hopeful for the ideal relationship that you want. It feels like you're very hopeful and you're like wishing or daydreaming. You really are like, you're ready for it and you're like daydreaming and like fantasizing about your ideal relationship. I also think you could be questioning it, especially if you've been single for a while. You could be questioning, like, do I even have a soulmate? Do I have a person? Why haven't I met them yet? And then for others of you, you could have recently met somebody and you're wondering if they're like genuine. Like, is this real? Because it almost feels too good to be true. If you haven't met somebody yet, I think you will meet somebody very soon and it'll really like like make you very excited. And it's almost like this person that you are fantasizing about or dreaming about, it's like you found them in real life, but you're really questioning, like, is this reality? It feels too good to be true. It's like this person just popped out of your head into your life, and you're just like, wait a second, like, are you real? And I think you're doubting it, or you will doubt it when you meet this person. And then for others of you, I do feel like you're doubting if you have a soulmate, you're questioning it. I think since you're ready for it and you're fantasizing and you want this type of a connection with somebody, you're like, where are they? You know, it's been a while. I've been single for a while. Or like, where are they? Especially with the Hierophant, I feel like you are ready for commitment. You're ready for like an engagement. You could, maybe if you want to get married, you're ready for marriage. If you want kids and you want the whole deal, like you're ready for that. You're ready for something serious. I feel like you are very mature. You're a very mature person, especially with your intro card being the High Priestess. You're very mature. You've evolved a lot in life. I think you're very spiritual. You've probably gone through a spiritual awakening. You're very independent. You take care of yourself. You're very self-sufficient. You're not the type of person to just to date. I think that sounds terrible to you. I don't know why it's coming through like that. You're like, I would not do that. Like, that sounds terrible. And I think because you wouldn't date just to date and you're waiting for the right person, I think that's why it can get frustrating, because you're waiting and it's not happening, but you also have like urges and you want to indulge in certain things and you want to go on dates or physical stuff. Like, you want to do things, right? You want to be loved. You want to love. There's certain things that come along with being in a relationship that you want to be a part of. But because you're not just going to do it with anybody, it can cause some frustration within yourself because you're waiting. And that causes you to wonder, like, will I ever find somebody? Does this person even exist? I think you will find somebody by the end of the year. Now we'll have to see like how far it will go, but I do think you will at the very least find somebody that catches your attention, but you're gonna doubt it and you're gonna overthink it and you're like almost gonna like talk yourself out of it at first. Again, we'll have to see what happens, but it just feels like you're like really doubting it. You just feel like it's not possible. This person is too good to be true. Some of you could have already met this person because it's coming through very strongly. Like, some of you have already met somebody after a period of being single and you are really questioning it. You're like, something has to be off. And I don't know why you feel that way. Well, actually I do. It feels like you've been hurt in the past and it feels like you had to like pick up the pieces and start over. You were hurt, you had to heal, you had to evolve and grow and move on as a person. And I think you were hurt pretty bad by somebody who you cared about a lot. And it like knocked you off this pedestal kind of a thing. And it brought you all the way down to square one. And you had to start over in life and like literally pick yourself back up. Which is why you're coming through as a very strong person, a very independent person. You can do everything on your own. Like, you don't need help. You don't need somebody to be there for you. And I think this kind of traumatized you or really like hurt you kind of deep to the point now where it's almost like a self-defense mechanism to convince yourself that something is too good to be true. But I don't think you're doing it intentionally. I think it's just our brain, right? Like our ego wants to protect us. Our logic wants to protect our heart because our logic does not want our heart to go through what it has gone through in the past. And for some reason, you know, for some of you, like you can tell yourself, oh, I'm just so picky, like I'm waiting for the right person. But I think at the end of the day, it's actually a self-defense mechanism because you don't want to put yourself in a position to get hurt. So you just, your ego and your mind tell your heart, oh, like they weren't the person for me anyway. They weren't like good enough for me anyway. It's almost like you shoo people away in your love life or potential partners, potential relationships. But I think deep down, it stems from the fact that like you were hurt so bad and the chance of you feeling that pain again, you don't want that. Your brain doesn't want that for your heart. Wow, that's so deep. That's crazy. And it almost feels like, yeah, it's like you don't want to get yourself hurt again. And I think even in this scenario, you might have already met somebody or you might be meeting somebody, but your mind, it's like almost playing tricks on you because it doesn't want you to get hurt, which makes sense, right? Like our body takes care of us. Our body heals us, it protects us, it does a lot of things for us to survive. So it makes sense why it would be that way or why that would be like a defense mechanism. But there's just like, you're meeting somebody or you just recently met somebody who is really great. I mean, this person checks almost all of the boxes, if not all boxes, but you are still doubting it. And it almost to some level feels like it's just your way of protecting yourself. Like even if the universe gave you your soulmate on a silver platter and they're like, here you go, this is it, this is the one, you're still like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? I don't know. And the universe is like, here, it's like, here, like just take it. 11:11 all the time as I'm saying this. They're like, just take it, it's for you. And you're just like, I just don't know. Interesting. I don't know why I just sighed so deep. But it's like at the end of the day, the universe wants to give you something or somebody. And they want you to like accept it. But they can only give you as much as you'll accept. Like they're not going to give you somebody if you are constantly pushing it away or you're denying it or running away from it. Like they're not going to keep like persistently like coming behind you and giving you something if you're constantly running away from it. The universe won't do that. The universe is going to meet you halfway. But if you are kind of moving in another direction to protect yourself, it's just going to wait here. Like it's not going to follow you. And I think that's kind of what I'm sensing. But it's like, it's so interesting because you want a relationship, you want commitment, you want love, you want to be loved, and you want to give love. And you feel ready for it. And isn't that so interesting how people are so complex? People like us human beings, we're spiritual, but we're also human. We're intuitive, but we also have a logical brain that functions in a certain way to protect us, to heal us, to guide us. But then our intuition is also saying certain things and trying to guide us in a certain way. Like we're so complex. We're not one or the other. We're a mixture of both. And I do feel like you're tugged. Like from time to time, you're like, yes, I'm ready for this. I'm going to find somebody. I'm open to this. And then other times you're like, oh, I don't know. I'm just going to back away a little bit. Okay. Very specific, a very deep energy. So if that sounds like you, then let's see what's going on. If that does not sound like you, then definitely check out a different group. And earlier when I said, like, you might tell yourself that you're picky, I didn't mean that in a bad way. You can definitely still be picky, right? We have standards. I'm not saying that, like, you should lower your standards or you should stray away from what you believe in. Don't ever do that. I would never tell you to do that. But I think what I was trying to say with that, like, oh, I'm just picky, like, I just haven't found what I want, is that we could take that so far to where we're like, it's like self-delusion, to like, we could take that so far to the point where it's like toxic, delusional, like toxic, to the point where it's like we lost the main point of why we have standards, you know? Like when we push it so far, it's almost just like now we're just running away from every person that could come up to us, or every good encounter, every potential, like good potential that we find, we're just running away from it. So I'm not saying like it's not that you're not actually picky or that you should lower your standards or anything like that. It just almost feels like we could get trapped in trying to protect ourselves to the point where we're just running so far away from what our original intention was, and it's like it's not helping. That's what I was trying to say. So I wanted to clarify that. This deck is huge, and I have such small hands. This is actually the second tarot deck I ever bought in 2021. I started reading cards in like February of 2021. This was the second deck I ever bought. So I've had her for a very long time. It's always been so tough to shuffle. Okay, let's see. What's coming in for group 3's love life and not group 3, group 4. What's coming in for group 4's love life and the rest of 2025? What's coming in for group 4's love life and the rest of 2025? Yeah, that's kind of perfect. A perspective shift. With the Six of Swords and the Hanged One, I think you're becoming a bit more self-aware on everything I kind of just said. And I think that everything I kind of said might resonate with you, you know? Obviously, it's a general reading. And if what I said does not resonate with you, then please pick another group, because it seems like this is about this. But it feels like you're definitely going to have a bit of like an awakening, or like an eye-opening kind of a aha moment, like some kind of a light bulb is going off. It might be after what I said, it might be through something else in the rest of the year, but it feels like you're having a light bulb moment and you're realizing, maybe I am pushing people away. Maybe I am doing certain things in a form of self-protection, but it's actually self-sabotage. I think you're having some realization, and you're going to realize, I don't want to do that anymore. Because especially like self-sabotage, like we don't realize that we're doing it. Again, our ego is complex. It's going to do a lot of things. But we have to be self-aware that our mind is doing certain things. That's how we can take control of the situation. That's how we can better ourselves. That's how we can heal and evolve as a person, is we need self-awareness. Because if we don't have self-awareness, our mind is just going to be running, it's just going to be running laps forever. Like our mind will do whatever the heck it wants to do. It'll make us believe whatever we want to believe. It'll show us whatever it thinks that we should see. Like we need to have control over ourselves, over our mind. We need to be self-aware. And I think that's like exactly what's happening. Because I see this aha moment of you realizing something very important. about your emotions, about how you are trying to protect yourself, or maybe something about self-sabotaging. And I do think you're going to work on it to move on from it. So I love that the Six of Swords is here, because it shows me that you are acknowledging something, but you're also going to change it, and you're going to heal from it and move forward from it. Because if I just saw that you're just acknowledging it, but you're not changing and you're not healing, then that would be a problem. But I see that there is evolution here. You're acknowledging it, but you're also going to start to work on it. And this is also a very much like a mental health thing. This is literally Aquarius, the Six of Swords. And I mentioned Aquarius, the very first sign for this reading. And Aquarius is all about our mind. Even the 10 of Swords here, this is Gemini energy. This is all about our mind. And it's like there's a lot of anxiety or overthinking or mental conflict. And I think that you will learn to heal it. You would learn to like figure out what's going on, and you will learn to find peace moving forward and do whatever you have to do to like kind of get there. But I do think it starts with some self-awakening, self-realizing kind of an energy. Okay, let's see. What's coming in for Group 4's love life in the rest of 2025? What is coming in for Group 4's love life in the rest of 2025? Whoa, there's that 10 of Swords again. Oh my god! That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Bruh, first of all, you got to the 10 of Swords out 3 times. And then we have the 9 of Swords. And this is what I'm saying. This is all about your mental health. This is all about some level of that your anxiety or your overthinking or your fears, your mind is controlling you to some extent. The anxieties are controlling you, the fear, your ego, all of these things are trying to control you. But it's doing it in the way of like, oh, I'm actually just trying to help you. We're actually protecting ourselves. We are taking care of ourselves. We're avoiding certain things, but I think it goes so much deeper than that, which is what I was explaining earlier. But if now that I'm seeing this, I mean, this is really showing me that yes, like we've hit the main point of our reading, is that you need to find peace from the mental conflict that you feel in regarding to your love life. Because you want love, you want happiness, you want peace, you want that peace of mind. And even with this, you know, I love this because this is unique to this deck, but it says everything is fine. It's literally the 10 of Swords. This person is being stabbed by 10 swords and is literally like dying. But then they're saying, everything's fine, I'm fine, everything's okay. And I think this is exactly what I meant when I said like your brain tries to say like, oh, well, that's okay, I don't need it anyway. That person, you know, I don't need that relationship. I don't need that person. They don't meet my standards anyway. It's almost like this thing of like, you're hurting yourself in the process of saying no to something. And I don't know, I hope I'm making sense with what I'm trying to say. And it's like, it's causing a lot of distress because the emotional side of you wants to be held. It wants to be loved. It wants to give somebody a chance. But I think that, again, our brain is just so powerful that it will control the entire scenario if we let it. And that's why I feel like a huge thing for you, maybe some of you, you're already going through this transformation, but at least like before the end of the year, I feel like you're going to realize that I'm going in circles. I think I'm protecting myself, but I'm not. And then I'm pushing things away or pushing people away. And then I'm upset, but deep down I want to be loved, but I push them away. I'm the one that doubted it. I'm the one that felt like I could, you know, whatever it is. So I think you're going to realize you're kind of going in circles. And I think that's why your soul is like wanting peace. now that I'm seeing so much like mental conflict, maybe there's like, maybe for some of you, it's that you're still healing from somebody that hurt you and you're still not fully healed. I mean, that is the case for everybody. Whether you agree that you're pushing people away, or maybe you're not even at that point yet, it almost just feels like the root cause of the problem has not been addressed within yourself. And this is something I say to people all the time, is like, we don't heal on our own. We can do like 80% of healing on our own, but that 20% of healing is going to come through our next relationship, our next connection. Because say if we are just by ourselves, living our life, we're not being triggered, we're not being reminded. We are actually kind of just like, we created a new life to where we don't get reminded of the thing that hurt us, or the triggers that we have, or the things that we need to heal within ourselves, because we've kind of created a new life and that's not a part of it. But when you find somebody new, or you get into a new connection or a new relationship, now suddenly that vulnerability, those triggers, that emotional trauma or that pain or whatever, the doubt, the unable to trust people, all of that comes up again because you're dealing with somebody else now. And then you realize you have a lot of things that are unresolved. And I say that to people all the time because healing is not always done on our own. About 80% is on our own, but we will have to heal when in our next connection. That's just life. That's just how we are. You know what I mean? I hope that makes sense, what I'm trying to say. And I think that when you get to that point of you meet somebody new or there's a new scenario, but then you're triggered, then you're running away from it because you're like, oh my God, wait a second. Like, I'm vulnerable or I'm X, Y, and Z. But I think that's the remainder of your healing. So you can't run away or walk away or shut it out before you're done healing, because then you end up doing the same thing to the next person again. I really hope that makes sense, because it really feels like the root cause of something is not fully healed, and that is what's causing this loop. I really hope I was able to express what I was trying to say, because we could think we're healed, but we're not. Because if you're single and you've been single for a long time, then you're not being triggered to realize, oh, I still have that trigger. I still have that vulnerability. I'm still upset about something. I still haven't fully healed. Because we're single, we're alone. We don't have somebody to trigger us. But when we get triggered and those things come up to the surface, that's when you realize, okay, I still have to work on that. And sometimes you could be in a connection where you're able to heal these things within the connection and you can still be with that person. And then other times, maybe it's so bad that we don't realize, oh my God, like I have to take a step back and focus on this on my own. But a lot of times, a lot of things they don't come back up again to the surface because we push it away and we start over. They don't come up unless somebody brings them up. I hope that makes sense. Let's see, what's coming in for group 4's love life and the rest of 2025. Wow, we have the Lovers, we have the Ace of Swords, clarity. I'm telling you, you're having an aha moment. You're having like a major breakthrough. Sorry, I'm always making random noises. You're having an aha moment. You're having the breakthrough, you're receiving the clarity that you need so you can move on in your life. Oh my God. And because you're having the breakthrough and you're able to work on yourself and heal the remainder 20% or whatever it is that is not fully healed, that's when you're attracting a soulmate. That's when you're attracting your next real relationship. We have the Lovers, we have the Sun, we have the King of Cups, Because when you realize what it is that you need to work on, you are becoming a better version of yourself. You are becoming a new version of yourself. And this time, this new version, it won't self-sabotage the way that the old version used to. The new version is not going to push things away or do all these things that the old version did. And because you're a new version, you're attracting and you're manifesting the right type of love, the right relationship. And you're also like open to, like, if you actually find somebody that is a good match for you, you're giving them the chance. Because that's really what I see. I see a lot of happiness. I see somebody who genuinely wants to be with you, who genuinely falls in love with you. Or maybe some of you already have somebody in your life right now, but you've pushed them away because of everything we just talked about. But this could be a new person. This could be somebody who's already in your life. But it's like you learn to heal, like completely heal, but you're also learning to embrace a new love. Embrace somebody that cares about you and that wants to be with you. So, but all of this starts from the aha moment. All of this starts from you having self-awareness to realize, that's what I've been doing. That's the problem here. Or I have been self-sabotaging. You need to be self-aware first. And then everything falls into place as you start to heal that. I love it. I mean, we literally see that there is somebody either already in your life that is like relationship worthy, or there is somebody new that's coming in who will be relationship worthy. And the universe wants you to be open-minded. Whoever this is, the universe wants you to give them a chance. Great. Okay. That was a lot. Group 4. I feel like my group 4s are always like the most complex in a way, or the most like, we're talking about deep things. You know what I mean? Like sometimes groups are very surface level because like it's just surface level, like there's not much to discuss. But then there's groups like this one where we are digging deep. And I feel like it's always my group 4s for some reason. I think it's because like it's the last group and the universe is like, we're going out with a bang, and then you're gonna go take the rest of the day off. Because usually when I like channel like really intense messages, I get really tired. And I feel like maybe that's why it's always my group 4s. Okay. All right, let's get some advice here for group 4. Advice on group 4's love life. Embrace uncertainty. This is what I was just saying. Like you're embracing the fact that somebody wants to love you or somebody wants to be with you, or like you're embracing that uncertainty. Wow, I think that's so perfect. And look at that, go for it. Some of you already have somebody in your life. Because I said that in the very beginning. I was like, some of you have somebody that checks all your boxes, but you are like, this is too good to be true. It's not real, blah, blah, blah. And we see that there is somebody's energy is already here. And the universe is saying, embrace it. Let your guard down. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and go for it and see what happiness could be waiting for you. Take a risk, literally. Can the universe be any more obvious? I mean, they're like, go for it, embrace uncertainty, take a risk. They're like, we can't tell you any more than we already are. All right, advice for group 4. Blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Literally. Literally, all of this is untapped potential. Because when you heal and you are fully like 100% healed, you have so much potential. You will have so much more potential than you do now, and so much more than you could ever imagine. And you would never have gotten there if you hadn't fixed what's currently blocking you. We have Goose with your dreams and desires are calling you to action. Your dreams and desires of being in a happy, healthy relationship. Like everything that we talked about with the Hierophant. They're calling you to action, and the journey begins today. Because when you fix this, then you can get to this. But if you don't do this, you can't get here. And then you can't get here, and then you can't get here, and you can't get here. Okay. Now we're going to end off with this Hidden Truth Oracle here. So if you have somebody on your mind that you want direct messages from, go ahead and think about them now. If not, then please skip this, and I have a timestamp. You can just go right to the end of the reading, and I'll see you at the end. So let's see, for those of you that have somebody on your mind that you want messages from, or anything here for group 4 from the person on their mind. Messages for group 4 from the person on their mind. So many things remind me of you. I wish I could take back my words. It was my fault, but I blamed you. I want to feel that way again. You speak to me through music. And let's get one more. And that's a lot. Okay, I'll take both of those. I bury myself in work to forget you. And we will be together again. Okay, group number 4. Thank you guys for letting me give you this reading. Thank you for letting me be honest with you. That's me though. I come with love. I come with good intentions. I come with light and joy and peace and happiness. And as a spiritual guidance here, I'm here to help you. So I hope none of this was taken in the wrong way. I'm sorry if I was too honest, but that's what I do. I'm here to help you. So thank you so much for letting me give you this reading. I do offer private readings. If you want a one-on-one reading with me, then go ahead and email me. My email is in the description below, and I have a Patreon where the viewers get to suggest the monthly readings. So if that's something you're interested in, then you can join Patreon. That is also in the description below. There is a lot of exclusive content over there, so check it out. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. Have a great rest of your day or night, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.